love it when I turn up the bass.
Bada bing, and we are live.
Are we? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we?
Are we? Are we really? Yeah.
Viewers.
Ray Charles.
Mm.
No, Hinge and
Oh,
Bracket. No, that
Benny
was
Hill.
Hinge and Bracket. Oh, it was Benny Hill. Yeah, all right. Oh, well.
Have you decided to do it was yet?
Well, could have been Piers Morgan.
Contented with your answer?
Or
Save it for the
James
quiz
Whale.
later.
Yeah, both of those two lovely old geezers.
Yeah,
I love James Whale. He's blinding. And Piers.
really.
Oh, they can do no wrong.
Alrighty then. So, anyway, there's a new bill being fucking put forward. And there's apparently a bill to stop you having the right to withhold your labour. Is that right, Callow?
It's stop you from striking, which is technically to withhold your labour. Yeah.
Right.
And apparently it's cross-party
Agreement.
Yeah, agreement. Cross-party. Obviously, the so-called, which think the Labour Party would scream and shout at top of the voices to say, no, this can't be allowed. But for some apparent reason, they're not. So...
I'm just running this through. So, if you have no choice but to do your job, regardless of whether you want to do said job or not, is that not like being forced to work?
No one's forcing you to work.
So, you can either work or go to jail.
No, you can work or get the sack. Surely.
No, he's on about if he withholds his labour. Oh,
Okay, is it so? You're using that extreme as going on strike, yeah? Not extreme, sorry,
well, that is what it is.
alternative way. Yeah, that alternative way of putting it, right?
Yeah. The only thing that you have got, right, is your labour. It's the only thing you can withhold. You can't stop paying taxes because you get fucked. The only thing you can do is withhold your labour. Now, according to this bill, if you withhold your labour, that is a prisonable offence. Therefore, you're being forced to work. If you don't work, the choices are work or go to jail.
To the slave comes with you.
Are you sure about that?
As well.
Well, this is what I asked Callow, and he's like, saying this bill. Callow, take it away, man.
Right. They've brought a bill out to stop you striking. Now, well, they want to stop you striking. So it comes, obviously, if you then strike, it comes with consequences, which is prison. You know? So therefore, technically what they're saying is, if you strike, then, but what if you turn around and say, well, I'm not coming into work today. I want a pay rise, and I'm not coming into work until I get one. Would that be just? That's technically saying you're striking.
Can I
Okay.
ask the next question?
Could it not just be worded differently that the union bosses put out to all of their members and go, we're not on strike, but I don't know about you, I've got a fucking banging migraine. We're not going in Monday to Friday.
What you mean?
Well-
Lie about striking, but still strike?
Yeah.
Well, they'd lie about the consequences, but still lock you up.
Yeah.
Where's it
Really?
end? You know the government's got to...
No, well, yeah, indeed, I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, but I can't see it. I don't disbelieve you, Callow, because I know that you do your research. I just can't see that it's been a cross-party.
Unit Party.
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
the Uniparty vote
Caldera,
for that.
what did you want to say, mate?
I was going to ask, instead of them doing a strike, and if it comes to it where they just want to stand and force, they could just mass quit. I mean, that would have the same effect as a strike, apart from they probably wouldn't have a job at the end of the strike.
Yeah, but there's the ramification, and I mean, if they all just quit, then they're all out on their ear sucking the thumbs, and they've all got families, families, debts, fucking shit. I mean, we touched on this on the last stream about fucking are you a slave, and why is it the working class are always the poorest? And this goes towards the fact that you've been the shielding's coming off because we're fucking going okay. Then we can't get what we want and what we deserve as a good fucking living wage to be able to prosper and fucking actually have a decent retirement after we paid into the system. We can't get that. So the only thing we can do is withhold our labour. And now they're going, well, if you do that, you're going to get jailed. This is more basically you are a slave. It's just that you had a certain fucking myth of freedom about it.
Well, we've got anti-slavery laws.
Could I ask, is this for Callow? Do you know, is this for all sectors with trade unions or just public sector?
Well, they can't do that. If you're going to bring a bill to stop striking, you can't say, well, it's just for private sector. Because
I don't know, can you?
No, because at the end of the day, then they'll say, hang on a minute here, that's a two-tier system. So then they'd ask someone then to fight back with in court.
Yeah, but you've already got a two-tier system because you've got for instance, the petrol fucking bollocks. That comes under the MOD now, doesn't he? You can't fucking even put a strike outside one of them before you get nicked because it's under MOD cover.
Essential infrastructure.
Yeah. But
Go on, Cal.
That's the thing. It started with one thing and nobody put up a stance. Like lorry drivers. If all lorry drivers band together and said, right, you either sort this out or we're striking. We want better conditions. We want better services. We want better, safer parking. We want police to turn up when lorries are being attacked and robbed. If all them lorry drivers, if they all stuck together and said, either give us this or we're striking, what do you think would happen?
You'd all be
The
screwed.
first thing that would happen is that everybody that started it would be arrested. That'd be the first thing. That'd be to send a message. Anybody else carries this on, this is what we're going to do to you. Right? And the reason being is because if lorry drivers went on strike, technically speaking, the demands would be met within 2 days because the supermarkets would be empty, your petrol stations would be empty, and any infrastructure, your power stations will start shutting down. Everything runs off transport, off them lorries. You take a look next time you're on a motorway, what's running past you or what you're driving past. You'll see lorries carrying the so-called green chippings to these power stations that have been altered to burn. You'll see trucks driving oil, eating oil, whatever, food lorries, containers.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's questioning the importance of logistics of goods, mate. No one. Well, only the insane, I would have thought.
Thing is, though, Carlo, that would never happen. I mean, it would never happen that you get them all to band together. And as soon as the whispers even started of people of making groups together, then people will have the bank accounts frozen, just the same as what you've seen in Canada.
Yeah, exactly where my head was. Exactly that.
Just think about it, right? This is why they want to bring this in. It's not just for that. They've seen the bigger picture. Lorry drivers and that have started talking, saying enough's enough. We want better. You cheered us when we were working through COVID. Now you're having a dig at us.
well,
You're pushing
you
everything onto lorry
remember.
drivers. You know, you're the biggest, so you're the one that's held responsible for any accident. Lorry drivers have had enough. They're getting sick on it.
yeah, all right. Here's a
Well,
question from the
they do.
comments, right? Fuck it, where would you put everybody if there was a general strike? There's not enough jail space, is there? Well, there probably isn't enough jail space to put everybody in the country into jail now. But they are building super fucking prisons everywhere just lately. And I'm wondering why the need to ramp up the building of prisons. Is it because...
Hey, you've got a prison. It's called your home. They'll stick a tag on you. You step out your door, you're nabbed. They will only have to put so many people in prison to send a message to everybody else. You step outside your door, you get nicked and you go to prison. That's it.
Well, look what happened during the shutdown. They were absolutely, there's shortages of truck drivers, and they saw how much they needed you lot. And remember, they were trying to, well, they changed the rules for even passing a HGV license, didn't they?
They voted it, haven't they?
Yeah.
Did they?
To do
Yeah.
and then your class one. Now you can go straight to your class one again. But like I
Which
said,
should save you about $3,000 though, innit?
I thought you
No.
meant overtaking. Sorry.
nope.
What do you mean, no?
Cost me $3,000 for all the way from my class 2 to my class 1. Now, if you go straight for class 1, it's probably going to save you about 250 quid.
How come you
Yeah.
don't have to pay for all the lessons for a class 2 or the test of the class 2?
Because you need more lessons in your class 1 because you haven't done your class 2.
But if you can drive class 1, and you can,
You can drive
class, 2.
Yeah, but well, let's put it like this. If you were a lorry firm that were training people up, that's what you depended on. You're not going to put somebody through charge same rates for putting somebody through the class 1, straight through the class 1, as you would like if they went through it all, are you? Because at the end of the day, it's more like that. A lot of people did what I did. They did the class 2 and then the class 1. Straight concession, because it's easier to do it that way, because that way you're still in not far. You had what, 4 week or 5 week off from training on your class 2 to do into your class 1, so everything's still fresh in your head from when you were doing your training on your class 2. Mirrors, signal, and everything like that still run. Keep your distance, stuff like that. All you've got to do then is get a hang of your reversing, and away you go. So that's why companies are charging, if you're going straight for your class 1, between 2.5 to 3 to 4 grand. They're not saying no, it's only 1.5 grand because you're only doing your class 1.
It should be. It should be half the price.
Well, it should be, but these companies, you know, if you want your license, you've got to train somewhere, haven't you? And they're not
Unfortunately,
stupid.
yeah. Fucking one of them, eh? Good companies, hard to find.
Yeah.
But where do we go? I mean, say this law comes in, this bill's passed. You now can no longer withdraw your labour.
Yeah, that's what it will be.
What? I mean, surely at that point, no, at that fucking point, right, every man and his dog should be going, huh? You what? What?
Yeah.
I can't not gonna work. I have to go regardless. No, fuck this for the game of soldiers.
Well, you know what Bend Over Britain would do? Keep calm, carry on.
Yeah, but, I mean, at that point, you can't, can you? Some people like to be told what they can and can't do, right?
Some? Fuck me.
Other people,
Fuck me. Yeah.
other people see what the government's doing and say, "Hang on, you're taking away my fucking rights here." You know what I mean? That ain't your job.
Well, as long as we got these WEF politicians, this is the way it's going to go. And it ain't going to get any easier or any fucking better.
That's the thing. I
So
think
what we've got to do is club fucking together, We've got to get a political. We've got to vote all these, and there is 600, nearly 600 odd traitors sat in our British government right now. In fact, they're not a government for the British or the British government.
That leads us on to that other thing that I wanted to bring up. Fucking, it proved that we had one half decent fucking MP that was willing to tell the truth in Parliament,
Oh, Andrew.
And that Andrew,
Yeah.
dude. You can soon tell he told the truth because they wanted to fuck him off and did so.
Yeah,
Well,
and do you know
when-
what? Can I jump in on that? Do you know what really fucked? Well, I mean, the whole thing fucked me off, but what added more insult to the injury was that cunt Hancock standing up in the House and and anti-Semitic, quoting a Jewish living in Israel professor who just quoting them. That is anti-Semitic. So that gets back to the Count Dankula thing, doesn't it? In Scotland, context doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the thing
Just
is,
because you repeated somebody that can't possibly be anti-Semitic because they're fucking Jewish.
You cannot
didn't
go
say
against their narrative.
anything anti-Semitic.
I know
You
he
know what I
didn't.
mean? It's like saying
Nothing.
we've had the biggest rainfall this week since fucking last
Yeah.
week.
No,
Right?
no.
Incident.
Since Moses parted the tide.
You know what I mean? Whatever.
Well, that's anti-Christian.
All he fucking said was, this is the worst crime against humanity since.
Get it right. He was quoting. Please get it
Yeah, but
right.
it was since the Holocaust, right? No, it's worse than or anything else. It was just
Mate,
saying
that doesn't matter
happened.
which way you slice it up. This is fucked up.
Yeah, that happened, and this is bad. Fucking, and millions of people have fucking paid for the consequences, apart from the ones that were standing there telling you shouldn't push misinformation because it's dangerous.
Yeah, against their narrative.
Like
Against
the £17.7 million that MPs have earned off the books, so to speak. And the biggest majority of that went to Conservatives.
Yeah, well, how much was fucking Hancocking on that fucking, the face masks and everything with his mate? And doesn't he own a percentage in one of the vaccine companies?
He also owns shares in a couple of companies that do pharmaceutical stuff, like they manufacture gabapentin or, they do all this. He's got, I think one's Genesis and I think another one, I can't think of the other one right.
So when you think about it, if they have this so-called vote on this law to stop you striking, they should all abstain. Because
Accord.
they all can't vote on something that would, because they've all got shares in some company or something.
Yeah, I think he's got Accord as well. Accord and Genesis, I think. Allegedly.
I think it would be a good idea to do what they do with the race car drivers. Every fucking politician that walks in that building must don on a suit with all its sponsors.
Just never forget what they've done. Just never ever forget what they've done.
Well,
Don't forget what they've done. That's the best way we can do for the likes of Andrew Bridgen, who history will prove was right. And all these people have got to answer themselves in the very near future. And we'll see that happen and see how they all get on there. Be like rabbits.
Well, the thing is, it'll make politics a whole lot clearer if these fuckers all had their suits with their sponsors on. Because at every point that they open your mouth, right, and come out with something, you'll be able to go, oh, that sponsor there wanted that. I wonder why. You know what I mean?
Drug test them. Drug test every one of them that walks in there, and let's have some proper voting, not while they're spaced off their heads.
Yeah, the amount of fucking child that was fucking wiped off inside Parliament's bogs. Fucking hell. These are the people that are A, running the country, and B, come up with the drug laws whilst they're in there fucking, you know what I mean, having a giggle.
allegedly snorting.
It,
They didn't inhale, though.
yeah, it's beyond belief.
Oh, no.
But this is the state of affairs that we're getting to, where you literally can't even withhold your labour.
Well, that's what they want, innit? I mean, but like you pointed out, it's against the human rights anyway.
Yeah, but the Human
Tyrants.
Rights Act is a European fucking law. And because of Brexit, don't you know? You know, the Brexit that still hasn't happened. We still haven't got Brexit, but apparently everything that goes fucking wrong is blamed on Brexit. That Brexit is...
Yeah, the crisis in the NHS, that's Brexit, despite the fact that every other fucking European country is going through the same crisis. And, oh, oddly, America, which has never been in the first place. So get fucked, you fucking...
I mean,
To be honest,
we all know why the
only
NHS is in crisis.
NHS is in crisis is one.
The leeches.
No,
It's a
not
big
just
money
that.
laundering system.
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's the fact of the matter is, don't forget what the NHS was set up for. One, it was set up for sick people to get treatment. And then if you're in an accident and things like that, or you break your leg, break your arm, stuff like that. That's what it was set up for. It was not set up for all the other stuff like getting your tits lifted, your ass blown out, your lips pumped up. It wasn't designed for that. But it is now part of the NHS. They do that at our
There you are.
expense.
And
It never has happened.
I had me tits enlarged once, and you won't let me fucking forget it, will you?
Well, it did cost the taxpayers a fair bit.
But also, I think that one of the... Take A&E, for an example. Aside from... And I agree with everything that you say. Everything that you say. But if you, which most people can't, get a GP appointment and you then ring up the 111, and what does 111 tell you? If you can, because the only reason why you're desperate for a GP appointment is because if you're fucking ill. Right? And so what do the 111 say to you? They say, go to A&E. Now then, if you're in the situation that you don't have friends freely available and you're in that much pain that you can't get there yourself, you then have to rely, you tell 111, they go, ring 999. You ring 999 and everybody else is ringing 999. And there's nothing.
The NHS is a fucking just a scheme to rinse money through. Nothing more, nothing less. That's
It's
fucking just how it
fuck all.
is. You know what I mean?
More pen fucking pushes, isn't it, to make fucking multitudes of money?
The best of it was, right, I had to go to, I had to take somebody to A&E. And usually, right, because it's accidents and emergency, you can drive to the accidents and emergency door and drop them off and they could go in. Right?
Mm-hmm.
No. I had to drop them off, right, about, 300 metres away from the door to A&E, down the road, because there was no way to get to it. They blocked it off. I'm like, whoever planned this is the same fucker that's running the NHS, surely.
Yeah.
Because this is dumb as fuck.
What you then have to do is park illegally there, illegally, you know what I mean, and then run away and hopefully find a wheelchair. Let's just say somebody with a broken leg.
Yeah.
And where do you find a wheelchair from? Well, it's in some cases it's in the car park. Many often they're none there, just like supermarket trolleys. So then the only other place is inside, and when you go inside, what are they? They're £1 to go. You don't have you don't have a quid on you. You've got a card. Where'd you get a quid from?
That's if you can find a fucker.
Exactly, that's if you can find one of the cunts.
I mean, The NHS has fucking bothered me ever since I watched that chef go in there and go, I can produce fresh meals for this fucking hospital and save you £1 million a year.
Yeah.
And if I could do that in one hospital and save £1 million a year, something's fucking wrong, basically. This is, you know what I mean? Fresh food, none of you fucking processed stuff that's costing you a pittance to fucking buy. But for some reason, when you buy it, it costs more than fucking fresh food. I don't get it. The only answer it could possibly be is the NHS is being used to fucking rinse money through.
Yeah.
Corruption everywhere.
And it's proof. Proof's there. The NHS can only use certain companies that have been approved. Approved by who? Oh, that's right. The government. Because
they're
the ones that sit there and approve any company to supply stuff to the NHS. Now, like you said, why are they charging? I mean, something that I could buy, and don't forget, I go to a place where they're adding 10-15% on top, yeah, of what you're buying. We'll say an ink cartridge for an Epson printer, because I know this one. 46 quid. The NHS is paying £110 for it, for the same cartridge. Why?
Because there's money being reinstated. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how you clean money. Called money laundering.
The NHS should be paying 1/10 for that price because they're buying them in bulk and they could buy them from the company direct. But they're not allowed to buy through the company direct. They have to buy through a middleman that then uses a middleman, then sells it to the NHS. It's wrong. It's disgusting.
Well, it's exactly what the fucking mafia used to do in America with the, rubbish removals and construction. I mean, if you wanted something fucking built, if you wanted something built in America at a certain point in time, unless you paid the mafia to get their fucking, Teamsters fucking doing it, it wouldn't get done.
Well, you got the right name for them. Our government are a bunch of fucking mafia gangsters. They're mobsters. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Mobsters and gangsters.
In America, you couldn't get onto some sites unless you were in union. And we all know in America who owned the unions. It was the mafia. So, there were closed sites. They used to have them in this country, if you remember, at one bit. They used to have what they call closed shops. So the only way you got a job is if you were in a union. But that got outlawed because, obviously, it breaches human rights.
No, he breaches somebody else's rights to fucking take over and, dismantle what was fucking union.
Probably have
take away power.
And fucking animals.
Don't want them to have power. I mean, and if this bill goes through, unions have got fucking no power. What's the point in a union?
Yeah, well, point is, at the end of the day, the amount of money the unions have got, they should be able to fight this. But at the moment, I don't see any of the unions coming out and fighting it. I can't.
Well, they're going to be out of a job.
Here's a question for you then. The only time I worked at a supermarket was when I was 16 in the summer holidays. And I used to see shop steward, and it was a bloody great big Tesco's, All I was shelf stacking. So, why aren't those shop stewards involved?
The problem is nowadays, folks, is the fact of the matter is. Remember
this was 150 years ago. Yeah.
No.
True.
Is the fact of the matter is they work for the company. As before, if you work for a company, your shop steward sat in an office. He worked for the union and you. Now he works for the company. So
yeah, they did. Yeah, because they had the pictures of their butcher's hat on or whatever department they were in within the supermarket. Yeah.
Right. They now work for the companies, and the problem is they don't want to make waves because if they do, don't forget, these short stewards get voted in every 5 years. They know if they don't get voted in next 5 years, what's going to happen to them? They're going to get given shit at shit, and eventually they'll say, I can't take this anymore, and they're going to be out of a job. That's why the unions, at this moment in time, don't have any power.
Right. Okay.
Well, we've seen the erosion of fucking workers' rights. We've seen the fact that inflation goes up more than wages. We've seen that the government is quite happily squandering billions, if not trillions, of your hard-earned money, left, right and centre, and spunking it up the wall, to be honest, because you haven't even got anything to show for it half the time.
And lying to our fucking faces every single fucking day by saying we support Ukraine. Who here supports Ukraine?
Me.
No.
I think President Zelensky's doing a fucking great job.
Yeah. At laundering more money.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What's another one that I saw today? The majority of Brits wanted a yes or no second vote at the last general election. Oh yeah, where'd you get that from? Where?
They just pull it out their arse and say people said. I mean, we could do this, right? We could go, oh, okay, the people have said that everybody who's an MP ought to be sacked or put on minimum wage, so it's got to happen. I've said it, now you've heard it. If you say it to somebody else, it must be gospel. Write it down in the fucking news article and you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beyond fucking belief. But, I mean, that app bothers me. 30-odd billion on a fucking app that was useless.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it. Nobody mentions it.
How did they justify that price?
Did you say billion?
Billion?
Beef.
It wasn't even million. We spunked million in the first 10 seconds. We're on about billions now.
How many people were they employing to make it, though? Were they employing somebody that's a millionaire that was charging millions?
No, it's impossible. Oh. It is impossible for...
I don't know.
For 30 billion for an app. It's impossible.
But they're still done it.
Well, Bill Gates seems quite happy.
Yeah, and the public forgot about it. Or I should say the media forgot about it.
Ethan's right. And it just got brushed under the rug.
Yeah. Fucking... I mean, at what point do you go, hang on a minute, right? 30-odd billion fucking bucks on an app, right? And it didn't work in the end anyway, and it was useless. A, I want a refund, and B, who signed off on that?
I want to see how they got to that number, because it's a really high number.
Yeah,
it's incredibly high. It's incredibly high.
Well, don't forget the tests that they were giving people. All the tests that they bought, and they're fucking useless.
Like,
Absolutely.
There's, I mean, it's like Sunak is gone on TV again and says, I want to be transparent. All right, Sunak, let's have some.
Too late.
No, let's have some. Let's have some transparency. How about you tell us where this 30 billion disappeared to, and why you allowed 30 billion? After 1 billion, you should have been saying, hang on a minute here, how much is this actually going to cost us? Because 1 billion's a lot of money.
Yeah, but is it
not
waiting
30
for
billion? Us? Oh, at 30 billion, I'd be saying to this company, right, I'm seizing your assets because you haven't made this work.
You know, there's always a fucking issue, right? When you put something into Google and it search and it comes up with full facts. These have been fact checked. Fucking lying bastards. It only cost 13.5 billion in the first year. In the second year, it only went up to 37 billion. So people that claim that it, you know what I mean, it cost 37 billion are wrong. It ain't. We paid it in installments, so fuck you.
Tories are finished. They're not going to get elected for another decade.
So they don't because.
Yeah, oh, fuck off. What's the alternative? It's Labour, mate.
No, it isn't.
But we
Don't
fuck.
fuck
Being
you, man.
realist here.
I'll tell you who it is. The WEF. That's who it is. It ain't
yeah.
Labour, it ain't Conservative, it's the fucking globalist.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So forget all this left-right dichotomy bollocks.
Yeah. You're
Forget-
right. You're
Oh,
right.
all
You're
that.
right.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
But what do we do?
The EU
Can't do anything.
admitted that
No.
it's stalling for time to sort this island protocol thing out until Labour get in power. Because you know what happened when Labour get in power, don't you?
Rejoin.
Yes.
Well-
That's what they're waiting for. And if they rejoin, I'll be quite honest, I will be stood out there shouting and bawling. Fuck you, Labour, here I come. You want me to shut the fuck up, start coughing some money up. You've shat on us, you've cost us billions by not implementing it like it was told. You think about all the paperwork they have now to ship stuff abroad. If they'd have gone WTO, we already have the paperwork for it. So therefore, we wouldn't have needed this separate app for them to do this, this, and this. We'd already got that app in place. WTO, we've been trading with people around the world for years with the same paperwork. So it wouldn't have been as tiring or hard work for lorry drivers that have to sort this shit out.
Yeah, but Callow,
So there would have been no loss of earnings.
you're missing the fear factor here, though. Where's you've got to be scared? And if, you know what I mean? That you seem to have dropped that, and that's the problem.
Yeah, but the point is, that's what I'm saying. What's wrong with it is people as going, oh, Brexit didn't work. What Brexit? WTO didn't happen. We got to have a deal. There were no deal to be offered or taken or given. We were told this was what was going to happen by David Cameron. Yes or no? Yes. And then all of a sudden, when Brexit won, it was about the deal. Got to have a deal.
And we could have had a good deal with America if fucking Theresa May had agreed with Donald Trump. But no.
But the point is, at the end of the day, WTO was always what we were told was going to happen. Because, no, God, it costed billions. Well,
We never asked for a deal, did we?
no, but it wouldn't have cost us billions. We already got the system in place. So all we had to do was extend that system to Europe. Job done, dusted. 3 months later, we'd have all been happy. Well, Britain would have been happy, but Europe wouldn't, because WTO would have fucked them. Because their cars would have actually cost more money to import into here. And don't forget, they import 150 billion into us to our 32 billion we export to them. There's a big difference. And it's like when I hear people say,
James Owens.
we need them more than they need us. No, we fucking don't.
Yeah, James Owens, the app was 37 million, not billion. I'll just put you in a link, mate, so you can have a look at the unimaginable cost of track and trace, deliveries, promise adverts, lockdown, blah, blah, blah. And that is saying 37 billion over 2 years. That's with a B, not an M, a B. Yeah.
B&M.
Yeah. So,
Deadly. The links for how much it costs for an app, Deadly. James put in that it was 37 million, but it weren't. It was 37 billion over 2 years. And that's the link that proves it.
okay, Parliament Committee. I mean, as far as you can trust the government, but, yeah. So,
Yeah, but how much did it cost them to wind it up?
I don't
How
think,
long was the contract for?
I have
that's
no
what-
fucking idea, dude.
Exactly. So if they took a contract on for this app, it would have had a minimum term. Yeah? I'm assuming that's what they have. So we'll say, I don't know, 5 year. So if they wound it up 3 years early, they then have to pay a getting out clause. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that was the cost. I think that's all the costs. Yeah. The costs of getting the track and trace app up and running. Was that?
Well, it's not bad, really, over 2 years when you think of it.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean,
I know what kind of money.
I wanted to be tracked and traced.
how much did they boost the NHS by?
Not much, worry.
Was it 36 billion?
What of it period? Well, I don't know. I think it might have been. But then it then brings on the thing we're short of doctors and nurses. Well, we're short of doctors, and we all know why, because we keep harping on about it. It's the College of Doctors saying we're only going to train so many doctors per year. That have caused this problem. So they want prosecuting and made to either start teaching and training more doctors.
Do you know why the College of Doctors aren't training any more doctors each year?
Yeah, it's all about money, keeping these doctors. So if there's only X amount of doctors, therefore these doctors then leave and guaranteed a set wage instead of having to fight like the rest of the normal general public. If you want a better wage, you have to study this and go further and further. No, they're guaranteed a wage when they come out and they're qualified as doctors. That's what they did it for. Didn't want to have doctors being paid pittance, as they put it. But unfortunately, what it's done has caused a shortage of doctors in this country, and the government doesn't seem to want to intervene on it. I wonder why that is.
Well, because according to the previous Chancellor, Philip Hammond, was he Chancellor? We need hundreds of thousands more people coming into the country, illegally or otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, we had 45,000, morning.
Can't train them.
Hang on, we've had 45,000 of them come in, and then we're
Well,
illegals.
doctors and engineers. Yeah, I know we have, mate. I know.
On the boat.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why the country isn't booming more.
Oh. Fucking random.
I know. Something must be wrong with our politicians if they can't employ the right people for the job.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're coming over and there's still a shortage, who's at fault here?
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, we should employ people to do jobs that are not based on their skills or abilities of doing the job. We should just pick it on, like, I don't know.
Feelings.
I don't know, maybe
Feelings is a good one.
feelings, gender, ethnicity, stuff like that. Maybe that's how we should give out jobs nowadays. Because, you know, I mean, if you've obviously studied a long time to be able to get the qualifications to be qualified at doing a job, you must be boring. So let's give it to somebody who'll liven things up.
Life
Yeah.
experience
You
professionals.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, clean things up, all right.
Well,
yeah.
That's kind of what they've done with that nuclear physicist waste dude, warning. You know what I mean? Did he have the qualifications to the job? Nah. Did he wear a dress and call himself a girl half week? Yeah, there you go. Got the job. Bada bing.
America, you know, unfortunately, yeah, that went down well because they started nicking handbags.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You know,
Yeah.
all that money we're on and all the backhanders that it were probably getting, and they couldn't afford to go out and buy a bag. Yeah,
Couldn't stop its perversions, mate. That's what it was. He wanted to see what women he was going to nick off and probably nicking their fucking things to get into. Turned him on, probably.
Yeah,
but this
it's a
one's for his
fetish.
Jagger.
It's a fetish. Has to be.
Or
Yeah.
he's a kleptomaniac.
Whatever.
And the only thing that was
generally-
knocking about was purses at the time. Who knows? But I mean, it ain't generally a good idea to give somebody like a space cadet fucking, you know what I mean, keys
Yeah,
to
but
the
look,
rockets, is he?
listen. The alarming part of it doesn't matter whether or not they do whatever they do, right? The alarming part is that geezer, that thing had such a high power position and couldn't work out. There are CCTV cameras fucking everywhere watching me commit a fucking crime.
Like my tank.
Yeah, I think
Like Matt Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how the hell? Yeah, well,
The mind boggles, and it's like, fucking, I mean, it starts off with, how the fuck did he get the job? Somebody is obviously fucking going too much on the Kool-Aid when it comes to fucking diversity, fucking all that shit. You know what I mean? Not got the qualifications, it don't matter. You wear a dress, yeah, your name's Dave, yeah, you're in. Fucking, you know what I mean? That's
But
just,
it's the same in the UK with the fucking police, isn't it?
it's ridiculous.
It is with the police, with our own police and with our own armed forces. We have not merit, not at all. Just
We're in the
equity.
land of topsy-turvy, aren't we?
well, you'll think about it, right? You've got all these jobs, and they're putting people in that haven't got any qualifications for it, but yet you pass your tests as a lorry driver. First thing they say to you, have you got any experience? You can't believe this shit, can you? No, I've just passed my test, mate. Need somebody with experience. Yeah, but
I'm
if you
just
don't-
reading from the script.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. How'd you get experience if you can never get a job because you haven't got experience?
yeah, it's like, my God, and it's beyond me when you see all these people being put in jobs that you think, how the fuck does he get himself dressed in the morning, or how does she get dressed in the morning? Because you look at them and you go, dime bar. The advert dime bar comes to mind.
Bar.
And here they are as politicians
Yeah.
or working in high-powered jobs, and you think, my God, what the hell has they brung that nobody else could bring? And then
They're
you realise,
stupid.
no, they've got
They're
nothing.
stupid. They're stupid people.
You see, some of the most fucking, you know what I mean, bright people in the world. Yeah. For instance, here's the thing, yeah? I watched a program on about eye surgery, right? And what it was, there was developing how to, basically, they put this little roller on your eye and they cut the very thinnest of layer off and then they clean out the eye and then they replace that thin piece of iris again, right? But they had a problem because as they cut it, after a bit, the piece of skin that they put back on would slowly drop down, right? Now, me, being me, I just went, well, why the fuck are you cutting it on the side? Why don't you cut it from top to bottom so gravity and everything else holds it fucking back in place?
So, in fact,
You
you
know what I
were
mean?
a pupil.
And later on in the fucking thingy, they went, we devised a way to fucking help this work better. They turned it round the other way and cut it the way that I was like, well, that's obvious to me. It was fucking blatantly obvious. But these fuckers was like, we don't understand it. And that's somebody who's really fucking bright, but in certain aspects of things, is really fucking dumb.
Yeah, they were the ones that failed at the square peg in the round hole.
It's one of them, and to some...
I think it could possibly be that our eyelids are left to right, and so when you do open the eyelid with the thoughts and the I'm talking shit. I'm just trying to make an excuse for them.
No, I mean, there's no... Gravity's fucking gonna happen. I mean, it just is gonna happen. And that was the problem. Gravity. The piece of skin that they cut would sag and droop down because it's going against
It
gravity.
doesn't matter how I look at it. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
took
going
your head.
sideways just thinking.
Better than making a spectacle out of them.
But I mean, that just goes to show you, though, doesn't it, that some really intelligent people are really dumb in certain situations.
Mm.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Look at how last you married me.
I was surprised she found you.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
She did.
Yeah. No, she went to McDonald's, won a Happy Meal, and he was in the box.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Well, Callow was single.
Clearly, but it isn't very clear anyway.
Callow was single, and the last thing he remembers is being in a nightclub and a bird coming up to him and going, "Does this rag smell of chloroform?" He woke up married.
No more surprised than my mother when I said I were getting married. And she went, "What?"
What's his name?
She couldn't believe you found marry her.
You're getting
My
married.
girlfriend.
What's his
I
name
didn't
then?
get married until I was fucking 36. So she didn't think I was ever going to get married.
Well, you tried your hardest.
Yeah, I did. But, you know.
36 and got married. What was the point?
Well, you know. You can't be happy all your life.
This is true, I suppose. I hope your missus watches this stream.
No.
If she don't, I'm going to cut this part out and send it to you.
It's no problem.
I'm going to have to make a visit down that way, and I will say hello. Yeah.
He's got his wig on again, look.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, well,
No, it's attached. It's attached, folks. Not a wig.
sure.
Proper blonde this time.
It's
though.
my halo you can
Yeah.
see, you know. I'm a holy person.
Edam.
Well, the fuzz was black last week, but it's blonde this year.
Oh, bless.
So,
We can't keep on picking on the Callow. But has anybody noticed where the Callow's hiding this week? Has anybody spotted him?
Who, sorry?
Callow. Has anybody spotted the Callow?
Oh, no.
no. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll see it. Oh, no, it's not him.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Yeah. Those that don't know and want to know, he's just up there by the end of the banner of the Free State UK. Oh, you know.
Ah.
Yeah, he did have a wig on last week. He was trying to be Elvis.
Uh-huh.
I did take
Yeah.
it with me.
He's taking it off in
We told him it was all
remembrance
working out.
of Lisa Marie.
Well,
Yeah, it well was his wig.
Oh,
anyway, so should we wrap this one up?
yeah, I think so.
Look out midweek for the live stream. We had smashing success midweek last week, but we were behind the paywall. So for all of you that joined us, and congratulations to Mavis for the £250,000 cash prize. That's Egyptian pounds. So look out this week. It's a dead good, dead hard quiz for grown-ups. It's dead good, it's dead hard, and it's dead grown-up.
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Explain your bullet points further. Well, it's as I said.
It's exactly what Ron Searle does on the team.
Yeah.
But anyway, if we're about on Wednesday, I think I might do the quiz. It all depends if people actually fucking turn up this week or not, or whether they just stay asleep, Callow. But he's only little. He needs his fucking rest, doesn't he?
Look, I need beauty sleep. Have you fucking seen me?
Right, there ain't enough sleep. There ain't enough sleep in the world that's going to do anything with that. Mind you, you could always do a fucking Simon Cowell and just have a plastic face made for you.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen
One
the
with mouth.
state of that? Oh, dear me.
Down one side.
Random as fuck. But anyway,
Right.
I shall catch you next week, no doubt.
Oh, join us in Discord. Don't forget to tell them to join us.
See?
And don't, if you liked it, share it. If you didn't like it, leave us a comment. And if you
Yeah.
want to join me, come and see us in Discord.
And if you love EVs, you'll love talking to Callow.
Yeah. I hate EVs because this lot wind me up over a car I used to have. I don't have
Oh,
now.
here we go. Yada.
Anything to get rid of the stick.
Right then. See you all later. Have fun. Ta-ra.
Katie Price.